Hi guys, this is Lauren back from Etheric Tide. We have our weekly pick a card. We have got one, two, or three. You can pick one, two, or three, or all three. Alright, let's see what the energies like are for the week, starting from Thursday the 16th. Finally out of Mercury retrograde. Wonderful. Okay, so for people who chose number one, what have we got? 5 of Wands. Alright, we got ourselves a bit of infighting here. For people who chose number one. Ooh, that's interesting. Take that as it will. Possibly there's a message in number 3, number 1. So people who chose number 1. Are there petty squabbles that are happening? So this one is about immature fighting. This isn't fighting that's going to get anywhere or go anywhere. I think there's people in your environment, most likely work, but it can come, it'll be different for everyone since this is a general reading. It will manifest itself in petty squabbles and even gossiping and things like that. It's when somebody wants to fight about something and it's completely emotionally based, and it's completely based on how that person is judging you or judging the other person, and they are placing their own thoughts and feelings and experiences and on top of that other person, and deciding that they don't deserve any sort of they don't deserve any sort of love or understanding, I think is the word that I'm trying to get to here. Look for the people in your environment who are being judgmental and basing it purely on how they would act in that situation. And that's generally where judgment comes from. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't wear that. I wouldn't say that. And deciding that because you wouldn't do that, and you wouldn't do it in that way, you completely take away that person's ability in order to express themselves within their life, and just allowing someone to express themselves in whatever way that is. And yeah, sometimes it won't always be what you agree with, and sometimes it can affect. I'm being reminded, and it's interesting, I am jumping all over the place, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason I'm jumping all over the place, because I feel like that's what it's going to feel like when you are talking to this person. It's going to feel like they're going to be starting on one thing, and then they're going to go to another thing, and then they're going to go to another thing, and it's not quite going to make any sense. It's not all going to come together, because it's like they're reaching for anything that is going to make you agree with them. Okay? So just be wary of people who are just trying to get you to agree with them, without having any sort of like basis behind what it is that they're saying, understanding, or even a way, like a non-judgmental way of understanding the situation. I think that it's possible that they're even going to be making up stuff just so they can get you on their side, I think is what Spirit's getting at. But what I'm saying is, like, I was having a conversation with somebody about like the rights of others, and at what point do we interfere in things like that. And I think that everybody has a right to express themselves in the exact way they see fit, until they affect another person's ability to exist in the same way, in the way that they seem fit. This is applicable in this situation. My doggy just decided to come in, little cutie. So that's for you, number one. Number two, He's found something. He's found a toy. We have the devil, and the devil in reverse. Oh, he's happy. Devil in reverse, that's something to get happy about. So generally the devil is about toxic attachments. So I think for you guys this week, it's you're starting to reveal what parts of your life has toxic attachments and places where it's unhealthily attached to things as well. In the upright, this can also be good as well. Like I feel like every single card has good and bad aspects depending on the... No, I'm not even going to say bad actually. I think shadow aspects is probably the more accurate way of describing it. The parts of ourselves that aren't allowing us to fully express ourselves as source, as the source version of ourself is. So I think in the reverse, you're noticing patterns of behavior that are no longer working for you, for one thing. And I'm getting that idea of when you're beholden to somebody, when you feel as though that person wouldn't be able to function without you in your life. And somebody in your life may be making you feel that way. And this can be friends and family, and this is when they rely far too much on your presence to fulfill a lot of their happiness, and they are not able to find those resources within themselves. And there's a lot of guilt and shame that is coming up with this as well. What'd you find, buddy? What'd you get? You're starting to like see the people who are probably using you for some sort of resource, a part of you that they associate with you, and they come to you not because they accept you as a whole, but because you have something that they find useful to fill that they cannot fulfill themselves. And sometimes like within relationships, we complement each other, and we do have parts that the other person has, or it's kind of like maybe you consider yourself to be a little too trusting with some people, and this person maybe balances you out in the sense of like maybe showing you an aspect of the situation that you don't have the skills in or the experience in order to access. And I think that's the difference. You'll be able to feel the difference when a relationship, any type of relationship, is a balanced relationship where it's an equal give and take, and the resources or skills or experiences and knowledge that the other person has balances you out, and you're able to kind of borrow parts of each other in order to create that harmony. The people that you are going to notice where it's not in harmony are the ones that are literally just coming for one specific thing, and they have no interest in giving you parts of themselves to balance it out. And it feels as though that person only contacts you when they are in this specific dilemma and they need a specific thing from you. And I feel like you need to be putting in your boundaries in order to show them that you no longer are a viable resource for them. Okay. Number 3. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Now this one, stability. Usually this would be to do with money perhaps, which is stability, financial stability. I think that this one is where what aspects of your life feel like they are out of sync and losing stability. losing their balance, losing their equilibrium? Does it feel like either this week or as it's going to start coming in, that the delicate balance of the ecosystem, which is your life, as in generally, like I kind of feel like I want to bring up the Tower. For some reason, I love the Tower. The Tower is when everything falls apart, everything that was on a very low, stable foundation gets completely burnt away, and whatever's left is the solid stuff. And I kind of feel like that's what this is kind of showing. It's going to feel discombobulating. It is going to feel unstable. It's going to feel like one thing is going to go wrong, and then another thing will, and then another thing, like dominoes. They're all going to fall, and it's going to feel overwhelming. And it's going to be very tempting to be like, oh, another thing, oh, another thing, another thing, oh, another thing went wrong this week again. I would ask you to stop and see the good in what is happening. What it is doing is revealing to you what doesn't have a very strong, stable foundation in your life. It's showing the places that need your attention, that probably haven't had energetic attention, therefore they've lost their stability. And it's just revealing to you where those places are, and you need to like reevaluate how you wish to move forward with that particular subject. So whether it be your finances, whether it be your possessions, generally the pentacles is around these things, everything that's within our physical space. It could be our job, it could be our house and home, and maintenance, I think, like even your car. So are there things within your car or within your home that just need your attention, need your focus, need to be reworked? Does the budget need to be reworked? Do you need to have a little look at some of the ways in which you're spending your money, perhaps? However, I do feel it's more in the realm of maintenance on your physical things. So maybe just put air in the tires of your car. Just do like little physical checks of what's going on in your physical space. Just like have a look at, there's air in your tires. Do you need to change the windscreen wipers? Do you need to get a new spare tire? Just those little bits of detail that if you look at them now and you fix them now, you don't have to wait for a flat tire. You don't have to wait for something to kind of like the windscreen wiper completely breaking before you need to be looking at it. I think that's what Spirit's getting at. It's kind of like what maintenance needs to happen in order to prevent like something breaking and then being quite an inconvenience in the future. So that's number 3. Thank you very much for listening to those. I do hope you have a lovely week. If you would like a one-on-one reading, my details are in the... He's being so active tonight. Just have a look in the details below, or go to www.etherictide.com, or just give me a personal message. Thanks guys, bye.